Hi everyone, this is Paul here from Raglan Centre. Today I'm going to be talking about the Sun's passage through Taurus from the 19th of April to the 20th of May, and to outline the sort of themes that we can expect in that period of the year after what's been happening with Aries, which is all about the new beginnings, this initial spark of consciousness and the actions necessary to get the seeds of our desires to germinate. Now with Taurus, after the period of germination, we have to maintain that growth through simple everyday actions needed to maintain growth, because it's all very well and good having the courage to get so many new goals, new beginnings started, and to take the actions and have the passion for it. But there comes a point where the initial seeds have now sprouted and the first leaves are showing. Now it's all about the maintenance of those goals, so they don't just wither and die like a flash in the pan. And this is where Taurus comes in. Taurus has the patience, perseverance and stubbornness to keep going at something when we may be more tempted to just give up and call it a day. Taurus allows us to take the initial sparks of growth and really stabilise them and create the maintenance system to sustain the growth past the first month and keep it going in the long term. So if we don't take advantage of Taurus, some of the goals and new beginnings that we've initiated may not survive in the long run. So Taurus is also about slowing down, because Aries is always rushing around, it has to, in order to fight the initial difficulties to get new beginnings going. But now that they have started, Taurus comes in to stabilise everything and keep it going so that it doesn't just die off. So with Taurus, it's about the organic cycles of growth. It's about taking time in nature to remember to have a bit of peace of mind. Aries, yeah, it's important to get all the action going, but can burn us out if we're not careful. Taurus reminds us to slow down, to allow our minds to calm down again. Now, the first ways can do this, one of the best, is to just go out to a place that's natural, like the woodland around me, or it could be a river or the sea, whichever suits you best, and just take time in that environment to relax, allow the stress of Aries to burn off, and really calm down and remember our centeredness again. And then from there we can see what basic actions do we need to take every day just to keep our goals going so they don't just die off. So for example, at the allotment, we've planted the seeds in the ground. Now we have to make sure that the plants that we've put in the ground get the steady watering each day so that they keep growing. So this is the Taurus part of growing things. It's the maintenance work to make sure everything's watered, anything that shouldn't be there is removed on a consistent basis so that what we're planting has a chance to survive. And also to enjoy the process, to slow down and really enjoy the experience rather than being so rushed about getting things done that we forget to enjoy the simple things in life. Because one of the things that helps Taurus a lot is simplicity. That doesn't mean to say that Taurus can't handle complexity or anything like that, but if you look at so many of the elegant solutions in life, they're all simple, they're not ridiculously complex or anything like that. They're really simple and easy to execute, and Taurus keeps doing those basic actions on a consistent basis. It has the patience and perseverance to do it and keep those actions going so that our intentions and our goals can manifest on a long-term basis and not just a short flash in the pan dream. And it's also reminded us to really slow down and enjoy what's going on around us as well, because we have the physical senses for a reason. We are supposed to enjoy simple things in life. We're not here purely to work in a slavish way, hating existence and everything like that. We are meant to enjoy what's going on around us. So when you look at food, for example, which is physical sustenance, an area that Taurus deals with, how many of us are so rushed these days that we just scoff the food down, don't really savour the flavour? Yet when we do slow down in those moments when we're a bit more relaxed and we enjoy the bite more consciously, there are other flavours in the food that we don't notice but give it a really rich texture, even with the simple foods that we don't notice if we're constantly rushing around and not taking time to enjoy and to focus on the nourishment that we get, and also look at the sounds around us. Certainly in city life, we get so used to the hubbub of traffic that we forget about the softer, more subtle sounds, which is a bit, in some respects, that's a bit similar to what goes on in our own mind. We're so used to the constant chatter of our own egoic minds that we lose touch with the softer, subtler voice of our intuition. And the same goes on in day-to-day life. We're so used to the hubbub of human activity that we forget the softer, subtler sounds in nature which act like a balm for our soul. So our soul doesn't get the sort of nourishment from all sweet, soft sounds, the feelings going on around us. And Taurus is also about things like the sense of connection we get just from a simple hug, from touch from someone that we love. And it's also the eyes of beauty. If we slow down enough and look around us, there is so much beauty around us to appreciate and to value, yet we seem to become out of touch with this natural beauty around us, so focused on stuff that's man-made and so focused on certain aesthetic values that have been handed down to us that sometimes it just feels like we've lost touch with our own innate sense of beauty, and we just it affects things like self-worth and self-esteem. And self-worth and self-esteem are two gifts that Taurus gives us which ground our identity in the physical world. They allow us to feel a deeper connection with the world around us, because Aries is a spark of consciousness, but without Taurus's gifts of self-esteem and self-worth, we don't appreciate who we are. We don't feel that sense of innate worthiness and worthy of love that we're all born with. We lose touch with it because for whatever reason we've not been shown how to develop strong self-worth and self-esteem. And Taurus is also about physical survival, and this is where the shadow side of Taurus is often highlighted more than its positive side, because Taurus is about physical survival, and if our ego takes control of the mind rather than following the dictates of the soul, then our need for physical survival just overrides everything, and we just follow our animal passions rather than our higher nature. So we become jealous of people, we become very possessive of material things, we pursue material things at all costs, believing that will make us happy, and we soon find out that it doesn't. Yeah, it has a nice feel initially, but like all material things, the initial feelings around it wear off in time. But there's a deeper meaning to Taurus, and the actual glyph of Taurus actually shows that in an abstract sense, because we all know that Taurus is the bull, but the actual glyph of it is a circle. It's complete with a half circle on top. Now the circle is worldly consciousness. This is obviously taking part in the world, doing our bit in life, but the half circle above it is like the devotion to higher powers, open to the heavens. And the more esoteric meaning of Taurus glyph is to be in the world but not of it. So the worldly consciousness, all our material needs, our organic growth is maintained, but we also remember to devote ourselves to higher power. We don't become attached to the world around us. We maintain a sense of detachment. We can still enjoy the organic cycles of life. We can still enjoy the fruits of the spirit, the fruits around us, but we don't make the mistake of identifying those things with us in just parts of life to enjoy. But the real sustenance comes from our connection with divinity, and that's the greater meaning of Taurus. It's trust that all our basic needs will be met through a higher power. and all our worldly needs will be met as long as we maintain that devotion to a higher power and do not get bogged down in survival consciousness. Because we're too focused on survival, we'll not have enough time to enjoy life properly, and become too possessive of things, and that's when everything is lost. So I hope that's a useful guide of what Taurus means and what we can expect over the next month, and may this be a month of major assistance of your goals, and may they all last into the long term. Take care and be blessed.